Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the Sullivan family. So it's Thursday night. I can't believe it. I have not been able to vlog until now. Thursday night. It's been Sunday. Sunday was the last time I think I vlogged. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Sunday. And then obviously Zoe did her vlog. But it's been so busy. I'm back at work, obviously, full time. It's legging it back home, isn't it? It's doing all those sorts of things. And then we've got dancing and everything going on in the evenings. We're just trying to find our feet again. Just trying to find a new rhythm. Some new routines. We're just getting used to it all. Like, obviously, with going back to school and all that kind of stuff. And like, I picked the kids up from school straight from work today, and then it's back home and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously we would love to do vlogging every day, like Zoe said in the other vlog. But unfortunately, by the time we've got everything sorted out and I've done work and everything, sometimes there's just not enough time. That said, we are still going to try and make as many vlogs as possible, like Zoe said in the last one. Anyway, it's a bit of a different one tonight. It's a bit late on in the evening, but we are building, me and Isabel are building Isabel and Olivia's beds. They've arrived. Finally, they've arrived. We've got beds for them, which is absolutely fantastic. We've had a bit of a mission trying to find them beds and trying to get the beds delivered up here. But we finally sorted it out. So they've got new beds, they're nice beds actually. New beds, ottoman beds they wanted as well, a bit like we've got upstairs in our bedroom. So yeah, we're going to build those tonight because obviously this is a bit of a catch up on where we are with the house and everything. So I'm going to do my bit tonight, and then we're going to go flying over to tomorrow morning, and Zoe's going to take over. So yeah, let's crack on. Okay, so I'm not going to talk too much about where we are with the moving in and unboxing and all that kind of stuff, but look at this. So we've got loads of cardboard again. We're still opening boxes. Right, so these are the beds. Now, Olivia and Isabel's room is a bit of a mess because everything's had to be moved out of the way again because we're building these beds. Hang on a minute, have you started already?
Yeah.
Isabel started already? I can't believe it. I literally just been out there. We unboxed the box just to see what the bed was like. She's already cracking on. How are you getting on?
Good. I've not even started yet. I'm just sorting it out.
Are you just getting the things in the right place? Have you got all the screws and everything and the bolts and that?
Yeah, but you've not got the right size Allen key.
I have. I've got the right size Allen key.
For the drill?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I have. I've got the right size one. I'll get it in a minute. Yeah, so their bedroom is a bit of a tip, but that's only because we've had to move everything out of the way again and get ready to build these beds. But Isabel's cracking on already. Hang on, look. So what have you sorted out already?
Nothing. I've only put the sides up, that side.
Okay.
And I'm just doing the drills.
They're nice beds. They are ottoman beds, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. So you've got the stuff out. Right. No problem. No bother. I'll go and get that Allen key because I know what you need.
Yeah.
I know what she needs. Big Allen key, and I'm pretty sure I've got one in my box of bits. Box of bits. Right, guys. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to start building this bed, and we'll put a time lapse on, and then we'll have a catch up after we've built this one because we'll build the other one as well. So should we do that? You ready to crack on?
Yeah.
Isabel's ready to crack on, so we'll crack on.
You got that something, baby, that I can go without, just like a poison in me. You're all that I'm about, loving the highs, don't mind the lows. It's getting out of my control. I want that something, baby, 'cause I can go without. Mama used to tell me love ain't right if it ain't easy, but I'm in too deep to walk away from you. Papa used to tell me love should never drive you crazy, but I lose my mind if you don't get his suit. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. I'm a sucker for your love, for your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. You can end it, say it's over, but I'm never going sober. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough of your love. I want your love. I need your love. 'Cause I'm never gonna get enough. Can't say I'm hurting, baby, but I don't feel too good. It's like I'm burning lately when you're not in my blood. Loving the highs, don't mind the lows. It's getting out of my control. I need your loving, baby. It's all I'm thinking of. Mama used to tell me love ain't right if it ain't easy, but I'm in too deep to walk away from you. Papa used to tell me love should never drive you crazy, but I lose my mind if you don't get his soothe. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I never gonna get enough. I'm a sucker for your love, for your love, your love. I never gonna get enough.
Okay, guys. So we've got the first bed's built, right? It's all done. But I said to Isabel, I'm going to film your bed. Is that all right? She said, make sure you tell people that that's the spare duvet set because Zoe's buying new. So she said, because Mummy's buying new, right? So don't make sure you tell people that that's the spare set because she doesn't normally have that set of bedding, bless her. So that one's built. They're really good. Really like them. So fingers crossed. We're just going to get Olivia's done now. I'm not going to time lapse this one. I'm just going to get Olivia's done. As you can see, I've made a start. I'm going to get this one built and then I'll report back to you in a bit. But it's about 9:30 now, so we're going to really crack on. And then, yeah, I'll catch up with you after. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock now. Zoe is back. Zoe's just testing out Olivia's bed. Say hi, Zoe.
Hi, Zoe.
Yes, the bed's built. They're pretty good beds, aren't they?
Apart from they weren't what I ordered, yeah.
They weren't slightly what was ordered. They were supposed to be like a crushed...
No, they were supposed to be
A plush.
plush velvet, but they're not. They're like
after
cotton
paying
grey.
£70 to get the damn things delivered because we live on Mars. Anybody that lives in Highlands and Islands will know why we have to pay this extortionate delivery fees.
I think I talked about that, about the delivery fee.
There's just no way we're going to send them back.
But on the flip side, they're really nice beds. Really nice beds.
We're going to have LEDs.
Yeah.
I say we, like it's my bedroom. It's not my bedroom.
Okay, guys, so that's it for tonight. I'm going to go and cook us a quick bit of tea before we go to bed. It's a bit of a late one tonight, but then we really wanted to get these beds built, and they're done now, which is great. So we can move on with the girls' bedroom now. I'm happy, aren't you, Zoe? Good, I just got a thumbs up from Zoe. That's all I'm getting from Zoe now, because it's that time of night. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Hope you enjoyed that bit of vlog. I'm going to hand you over to Zoe in the morning now, so I'll see you later.
Okay, so it's morning. I think we finished the beds quite late, so dinner was even later. I don't think we got to bed till about midnight, but then that's not unusual at the moment. We seem to be getting to bed at midnight or gone midnight most nights, and then I'm up again at 4:45, so it's no wonder I'm tired, really. So yeah, it is morning. I've just done the school run. Do you know one thing about school mornings?
Mummy, can you open my window?
I will open your window in a minute. Joseph is sat in the front of the car with me. One thing, say morning, Jojo. Good boy. One thing's about school mornings, and I'm sure it's not just me. Why does it turn you into that shouty parent that you don't want to be? Yeah, and all is going to plan. Everything's going fine. I'm getting my time. I'm still trying to get my timings right, because obviously we used to live just down the road from the school. We used to leave literally like 5 minutes before the bell went. So I'm still trying to get my timings right as to what time I should leave, because obviously I have to. It's only 6 miles up the road, but it's 30, 40 mile zones. So I'm still trying to get timings of when I need to leave and stuff like that. Right, like yesterday I left it a little bit too late to tell them to get their shoes on. Hang on, Jojo. I left it a little bit too late to tell them to get their shoes on, and then they needed the toilet, and then they needed their snacks, and so we rocked up to school literally as the bell went. And I hate being late, and I know technically that's not late because they weren't late, but to me it's late anyway. So this morning I said to them, right, we need to make sure that you've got snacks done, everything else done after you've got dressed, so that everything's ready to go. Your book bag's there, so we're not searching around for that. All you need to do is put your shoes on, go to the toilet, put your shoes on and get ready to go. And I need to remember to give them a bit more than a 5-minute warning. So this morning we did quite well, and we were actually about 10 minutes early. So, and I only left about 5 minutes earlier than I did yesterday. So how that happened, I don't know. But anyway, still trying to get a head round timings, but I don't know why, but maybe it's just the pressure of it. Just ends up turning you into the shouty parent that you just don't want to be, because you kind of, when things happen in the morning, Like this morning, there's still obviously a lot of stuff hanging around the house. And this morning, somebody knocked over, I think it was Erin, was swinging her bag around and knocked over a whole pile of picture frames. So of course she's just like, because it nearly smashed them. They landed on the floor and the glass fell out, but luckily it didn't smash. But you end up, it's just like that one thing that tips you and turns you into, from gentle parent to shouty parent. And I hate that. I really, really hate that. I must admit, the one good thing about driving to school I've noticed is that it gives you that, when we used to walk to school, if things happened right before you left the door and you ended up like raising your voice or whatever, as everybody does, just getting irate, you know, just generally with the situation, you're at school and it's done. At least now I get to drive them to school. Everybody gets that kind of 10-minute depressure after you've left the house. You've got everybody out, everybody's in the car. It's not even so much that you've kind of, it's a pressurized situation in the morning, isn't it? It doesn't even matter if you haven't shouted at anybody or anything like that. It's just a pressurized situation in the morning. Everybody is kind of like trying to get out the door. So it's very much like, it gives you that 10 minutes just to depressure everybody, to have a chat in the car. And it's the same on the way back. You know, normally I pick them up from school. What have you done at school today? Nothing. Who did you play with? No one. It's all that sort of stuff, and you get nothing out of them. But in the car on the way home, you kind of get quite a lot of chatter about this, that and the other before they get home and have their snack and go off and play and whatever else. So it's actually quite nice. I quite like it. I just need to work better at my timings to get everything better. Joseph's just playing with everything in the car. So yeah, this morning's jobs are, I'm going to try and sort the boys' room out today. I need to change the boys' beds, as in Joseph and Toby, and they've still got a box to unpack and their room's a bit of a mess. So I'm going to give their room a go this morning and see how much of it I can get done. And this afternoon we've got dance lessons, etc, etc. I've got to pick, the older ones finish at 1:10 on a Friday, and I need to pick Isabel up from school because she's got a dance class at 2:15. So I'm going to go and pick all of them up from school, take them home. The older ones obviously can stay at home until Ben does the school run in the afternoon, and then I take the little ones with me to take the older girls to dancing. Does that make sense? Doesn't make sense to me.
Can I come to dancing?
Yeah, you can come. We'll go to somewhere.
Today?
Yes, just college. Anyway, I'm going to go home now and make a start. Okay, so I got back from school and got straight on with the boys' room. So that's Toby and Joseph. Because if I knew if I didn't make a start, I wouldn't get it done. So Flo's been in with me watching Miss Rachel, but she's gone downstairs. She's gone downstairs with Lizzie and she's just stolen something from her by the sounds of it, because she's a little madam. So anyway, the girls' teddy bears are in here because we are getting rid of the big Barbie house. We've done a deal with the twins. So we're going to get rid of it and get them some smaller Barbie sets for Christmas, because they love their Barbie and they do love their Barbie house. But it is very big and sometimes they do find it difficult to use the top floor because it's quite tall. So I said we could get some of the smaller sets that they could play with to get, because it's too big in there. It was too big in the last house as well, really, but they loved it. But they've said, yeah, that's fine. Because they wanted some other Barbie sets for Christmas, and they wanted like the Barbie plane, and they wanted this. And I said to them, you can't have it all in your room. It's just going to be too much stuff. And they said, well, I said, you'd have to maybe think about getting rid of your Barbie house. So we're going to get back all the furniture and sell the Barbie house. But anyway, for now, the boys have obviously got more room because this is about the same size as the little ones, the girls' room, maybe a little bit smaller. But obviously there's only 2 boys in here. So for now, they're having their girls' teddy bears in here, in the boxes, just to keep them out of the way and because they've got this bit of space there. So we have unpacked. There was the last box here that needed unpacking. So I have unpacked. I'll show you what we've done. So we've unpacked. We've unpacked the books. We've unpacked all of Toby's bits and pieces. It's mainly Toby's stuff. I mean, Joseph's got his box with all his bits and cars and bits and bobs in there, but and the skateboards that he likes to play with in there as well. But I mean, most of the books are Tobe's, and then his like other bits and pieces. And then this is Toby's box for all his stuff. He likes his special bits and pieces in there, which won't stay neat like that. And then all Toby's planes, and then all Toby's other bits and pieces. Or that's everybody's really, that's both boys. Bits and bobs, more books. This corner is still a little bit of a work in progress. There's wires and stuff that I need to find homes for. Joseph's dinosaur lights, which still need to go up. All Toby's Lego models and model planes, which I've just had a bit of a rearrange of. Yeah, so some of Agnes's clothes are under the bed as well, because they don't have an under the bed, and it just fits in under there. Scare electrics and bits and bobs going onto the bed. Toby is using that wardrobe. Well, Toby and Joseph are using that wardrobe, but most of Joseph's clothes are folded up in there. But I might well hang some bits up because there is space in the other wardrobe. So yeah, that is what we have done. Oh, hello. Hello. This morning. All of Joseph's superhero stuff in there as well. You all right? Yeah? Looking very pretty today. Aren't you? Hey? What happened to your pretty bow? What happened to your pretty bow? Are you cute? Are you cute? So yeah, that is what we have achieved this morning, which is quite good. I've changed the beds as well. Obviously it's a blank canvas because it still needs painting and everything in here, but we have made progress. They still Toby needs his shelf putting up, and Joseph needs his shelf putting up. But little bits at a time. We've unpacked the box, which was there, which was annoying Toby because he wanted all his stuff unpacked. Like I said, that corner still needs a bit of a sort out. And if anybody's got any decent ideas for how you store Nerf guns, because they love the Nerf guns. And I mean, I've put the bullets over there because Toby has commandeered this trolley that we used to have in the dining room with pens and everything. Bless him. I said I didn't need it anymore. So he took it and he cleaned it up and he said, I want it in my room. So we've just put some bits and pieces on. Toby does like to hoard stuff, so you have to be a little bit careful. And every now and again, you have to go through and just get rid of stuff because he does like to hoard stuff. So he's got his bits and bobs on there as well. But if anybody has got any ideas of how, they're in one of these plastic boxes at the moment, plastic buckets. Because, I mean, you can see the amount of Nerf guns we've got. And yes, they all do get played with, especially when they all decide that they're going to play Nerf wars. So, you know, there's Nerf bullets everywhere, always. The amount we found under the sofa when we moved was absolutely ridiculous. But they do love their Nerf guns. But aside from like having one of those things on the walls like you see in IKEA, which is an idea, those boards that you put on the wall, that is an idea. Any ideas, greatly received. So that's it in here. I'm going to go and this is Ben's wardrobe still waiting to be built. But the nice thing about this room is that they've got a big space on the floor to play. So they can get the scare electrics and stuff out and they can come in, and they all like to come in and play. And the same with the girls' room as well. They've got a bit of floor space in there as well. And they like to have that so they can go in each other's rooms and play, which is quite nice. And he's got his Switch and his Xbox set up, which is good. So we are done in here for today. I'm going to get rid of the rubbish and make some lunch. And then I'm on the dancing run and shopping, and I've got to pick up a pasting table from B&Q because they're doing a car boot on Sunday and we didn't have one. So I've got to pick one of those up, turn some of the lights off while I'm at it because, you know, saving on electricity and all of that. I think kids know what that means. So yeah, got a lampshade, curtains that fit because some of my curtains don't fit. Didn't measure them very well. But I think it's going to look nice in here. I'm quite impressed. It looks a bit bare at the moment, obviously, but it's a nice room. And it won't stay tidy. But it's much easier to clean than the last room as well. I'll give it that. It's much easier to clean, and it's much easier to change bunk beds than it is triple bunks, although I've still got the triple bunks in the girls' room to change. But that's for another day. So I'm going to go and get on my lunch. quickly before I go out and pick them up, we've just done lunch. I'm going to go out and pick them up from school in a minute, the older ones. Yesterday, me and Olivia decided to attack the dining room a little bit because we didn't like it the way round that it was. So obviously it is quite a small room. There is quite a lot of stuff to go in it. So I didn't like the unit where all the kids keep all their bits and pieces, drawings, just day-to-day stuff, being the first thing you saw when you kind of walked in the room. So we moved things around. So we put the bookcases over here now. 2 CD units are in the corner, so there's one here and there's one there, and we move that unit over here instead. This one is still there. That corner is still kind of a work in progress because these units will, once you've sorted, there's all pictures that are waiting to go up over in the corner, so they need to go up on the walls. These units will move down a bit. We've got another 2 units coming in for more crafty bits because that's, the bottom one's Lego, top one is drawings and colourings and stuff like that, scissors, pens, paper, all those sorts of things. So we're going to have another 2 units here for craft stuff, which is in these boxes at the moment, and then the toy boxes should just slip in the corner. Obviously it is a smaller room, but you can see we're kind of getting there. So we only have 1 table, but they managed to sit around it, the little ones managed to sit around it fine, but I much prefer, obviously they've got the TV as well, coming in and seeing the bookcases because I love my books and the kids' books. So 2 of them are kind of my bookcases or our bookcases, the adult sort of ones with photo albums and those sorts of things. 2 of them are kids' bookcases. I like having books. I know you can get books online. I know you can read books on Kindles or whatever. People still have Kindles, which I really like. Anyway, I like physical paper books, and I like the kids to have physical paper books and to be able to look at them and read and everything as well. So yeah, it feels much better. It's quite a dark room anyway because it's small, and I don't know, it's got a big window, but I don't know if the way the sun comes in or it's quite a dark room anyway. Obviously we need to paint the walls, and pictures need to go up and things like that, and all this stuff in the window is stuff that needs to be yet to be sorted. But I feel much better with it this way round. So that was kind of yesterday's task, which, sorry, I'm trying to put my shoe on. We did in the afternoon because I knew that if I waited for Ben to come home and tell him that I was going to move the dining room around, he'd tell me that I couldn't. He wouldn't even say I couldn't. He'd say, no, you're not doing that. It's going to take too long. It's too much because all the books are on the bookcases. So I did it while he was out at work. Me and Olivia did it, and it didn't take us very long at all. This one moves quite easily, and the other, they're all 4 separate bookcases, so we just had to take off. I'm still trying to get my shoe on. We just take off half the books and move one at a time, and it worked out fine. So we much prefer it this way round. It looks much better. Kids prefer it. It gives them a little bit more space around the table as well, and it just works better. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to get my shoe on and I'm going to go and pick them up from school. Right, so it's been a bit of a dramatic afternoon. Well, it's not really that dramatic actually. Hi. But he's saying hi. So I brought the girls over to dancing, and Lizzie is working this afternoon as well.
Can you see forward?
No, because she's behind me. Lizzie's working this afternoon as well. She wasn't supposed to be, but she took on an extra shift. She was supposed to be at work for 3. So I said, well, because you can't, I don't know if I've spoken about this before, but you can't get a direct bus from 𝚫𝚃 to 𝚘𝚃. You have to go via 𝚘𝚃. So you have to get a bus from 𝚫𝚃 to 𝚘𝚃 and then a bus from 𝚘𝚃 to 𝚘𝚃. Don't ask me why, it's really stupid. They wonder why the rural links for buses are rubbish. And, you know, they wonder why they can't get, you know, people to move up here. And we've got all these companies coming in and hospital and doctors and nurses because the bus links are rubbish. So I dropped her off in 𝚘𝚃, dropped the girls off at the dance class, went and did some shopping in Asda, and then she messaged me saying my bus hasn't turned up again. So she was late for work the other day because the bus didn't turn up. So she had to catch a later bus. Careful, mind. So I said, well, I could give you a lift, but I'm in Asda, so you have to just wait a minute. But you're still going to be late because I've got to get fuel, etc., etc. So anyway, It took me about 20 minutes to get across town because the traffic was just a nightmare. So I finally managed to get across town and pick her up, and the traffic's just a nightmare. So everything is just busy. 2 seconds. Sorry, I just sent the girls in the shop to get something that I need from Tesco's rather than all traipsing out the car. So just had to go to B&Q to get some stuff as well. So yeah, I had to then pick her up and take her across to Lossie, which then meant I was about half an hour late picking the other girls up from dancing, so they had to walk down and meet me in B&Q. Just what have you dropped? So yeah, just a bit of a dramatic afternoon, so I just had to go all the way over to Lossie and back to pick the girls up. Honestly, I never understand it. The bus links are rubbish. Not just that, but they just don't turn up. They just don't turn up, and then then you're stuck because you're late for work or you can't get to work or whatever. Lizzie's lucky that she's got us. She can call on us, and we'll. I try and take them to work whenever I can because the bus links are rubbish. But anyway, that's been the afternoon. Can you hear Flo? So I've been to Asda, I've been to B&Q and picked up a pasting table, so we can do car boot on Sunday. The girls have just run in to get a couple of bits from Tesco's, and then we are going home. I think Ben is starting tea. I've still got washing on the line, washing to take out the machine, all the rest of it. See, this is the thing, isn't it? Normal life resumes amongst all the chaos and everything else. I'm glad it's Friday. I really am. And you, Jojo, glad it's Friday. Although the girls have got swimming at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning in Lossie. So we've got to get up at the same time.
How you doing, guys? So it's Friday. Finished work. It's about 6:30 now, actually. How are you doing?
Right.
I feel like I haven't seen my wife properly for about 3 days now.
That's because you haven't.
It's just been manic. Driving here, there, dance classes, work, school. It's nuts, isn't it?
I've forgotten how hectic it gets when it goes back.
First day back at school, back at work. It's just been bonkers, isn't it? It's actually been quite a lot to get used to. I find it a bit weird going back to work, especially after having 2.5 weeks off. That said, we are getting back used to it now, aren't we? We are finding our feet slowly, aren't we?
Slowly.
Sorry, Eva was just knocking on the window. Yeah, we are finding our feet slowly and getting back to some kind of normality and finding a new routine, aren't we? We're trying to find a new normal, I guess you call it. A new normal, routines of going to school, routines of going to work, routines of getting up in the morning. Because obviously I've got to give more time now to get ready for work and all that kind of stuff. So we're getting there, aren't we? Do you think?
I think so.
Do you think?
I think so.
It's only been a couple of weeks, hasn't it? It's only been a couple of weeks.
It's only been 2 weeks.
Anyway, I have news. Obviously, you'll have seen that we have a new car. So Zoe has a new car. Now, if you remember quite a few vlogs ago, I think it was probably about 3 months ago now, we had the clutch go on my '𝚲𝚃. Bearing in mind, my 𝚲𝚃 was, I bought it for 400 quid about 2 years ago. And it's really done really well. But it's about 16 or 17 years old, and it did about 150,000 miles. And after the clutch went, it was never the same again, was it?
No,
it was just bad. It was fixed, but it was never the same again. It was a nightmare to drive, to be honest.
The turbo bit went.
Yeah, that didn't work anymore.
Really slow to do anything.
So
then the gears started going.
Yeah.
And it was just like this. We have to get. It's just not.
So
it become undrivable.
It did. We were driving. I mean, the tell was when we went on. We were stayed at the lodge, and we were driving to Aviemore, and I was only doing 25 miles an hour up a hill.
So I followed a tractor.
And I had a tailback of traffic behind me, and it's like, right, okay. So we started looking back then for a new car, didn't we? But we haven't really found anything that we could, which was in our...
So Ben says Ben has a new car now. Because
I have your car.
He has my car.
I have your red Zafira. That's what I have.
If we ever get a new car, it's my car. And then he gets my car. So he gets a new car too, but it's my old car. Why is the Zafira nice?
It's okay.
You were always saying how nice it is.
It's actually a lot better than the 𝙲𝚃, because the 𝙲𝚃 was really difficult to drive.
It's
in
a nice
fact,
car. It's
in
a
fact,
nice car.
the 𝙲𝚃 got to the point in the last few weeks where it was slipping out of gear and everything. So we were like, right, this is getting stupid now. We had to get rid of it. So the decision was made, guys. We had to get a new car, and we've been looking for ages, and we've been looking at Arnold Clark, and we saw the Citroen. We didn't want to get another Zafira.
The Arnold Clark have been really good to deal
They're
with.
fantastic.
Really good to deal with. And the problem is, obviously, living all the way up here it's a nightmare trying to get anything, really. Like when it comes to second-hand cars and things like that, especially when you're looking for a particular type of car. Obviously, we need a 7-seater.
Yeah.
And ideally, we'd have like an 8-seater van.
Yeah.
But you know, they are really expensive.
Yeah, and they're really hard to get hold of.
Everything's changed, because you used to get our old minibus was a 9-seater. But the insurance is really high, because anything over 8 seats you pay through the nose insurance. So now all the car companies have cottoned onto that, and they now make 8-seaters, but obviously they're all quite new and they're very, very, very expensive.
Yes.
So we couldn't really stretch to that just yet. Hopefully in the future we will be able to, because it would be really handy to have an 8-seater for like if I've got to take lots of people around. Yeah. Although we've got a 7-seater. But anyway, the occasional 7-seaters is what they're known as, aren't they? Because they don't do the original, like Ford Galaxies and
no, they
don't do the
stopped doing
original
those now,
ones. So they're all like occasional 7-seaters. Sorry, I've just got to put the cat down. They're all like occasional 7-seaters now. So we're kind of, it's not perfect, because obviously we could do with a little bit more space, boot space and stuff, but it's, you know,
it's great
what we can kind of afford, and it's a really nice car, and we needed something that was reliable, especially now as we're travelling back and forth. We needed something that was more economical on tax and I mean insurance is probably the same, isn't it? Yeah. But tax and fuel. So, which is why we've gone for what we've gone for.
I mean, it's done 70,000. It's done over 70,000 miles, but it's a really nice car.
And it's immaculate inside.
And it's been kept really well. So
Arnold Clark were really good to deal with.
Yeah, they were great.
With Arnold Clark, when you look on their site, they'll get things like they got it shipped up. I think it was Glasgow.
Yeah, they did all included in the price, and they gave it valet. They valeted it, and they serviced it, and they checked the engine over, and they make sure everything's right before you buy it. So I was really impressed. Happy with how they dealt with us. Really, it's really
sometimes you find you only get sort of that kind of treatment if you're spending an awful lot of money on something. But they seem to treat all their customers the same. I was really impressed.
Even with the second-hand cars, you know.
Really impressed, and it's nice that you can. Because obviously we can't really go off driving down to Glasgow or wherever to pick up a car. No. Especially, you know, we just can't. So it's nice that you can look further afield and get something brought up to you. Yeah, you might pay a little bit more than you would do, I don't know, in
a private sale.
But then, you know, you've got the guarantee that it's backed by the garage and all that.
Warranty, they give us warranty as well next. That's really good. So we're really pleased. We had to change the cars over. We had no choice. The other one was getting dangerous. Even though it went through the MOT in the earlier on in the year, it's just not drivable anymore. No. It wasn't drivable. It was getting stupid. So we just said, right, that's it. Let's choose something and let's get it done, and we have done. So you're very happy though, aren't you?
Yeah, I got a nice price car sunroof.
Yeah. There we go.
Florence loves it. She can sit looking out the roof like that.
And who knows? Maybe in a year or so, I'll replace the Zafira.
You can have my car.
Yeah, that'll be about right.
This is how things work. When we need something new, I get the new. Ben gets my old.
Well, you do most of the driving, so that's fair enough.
I do, yeah. And I did need something that was more economical, going back and forth all the time. I'm always out in the car, picking people up, taking people places. I am just a general taxi service for our children, mainly dance classes, football, all those sorts of things. I'm always driving around here and everywhere, shopping, school now as well, work, and as I was saying earlier about the buses, you know, when you live in a rural area, I mean, we're not that rural. I know we are rural, but you know, we're not kind of like literally out in the sticks. No, the bus services are not, you know, what they should be for where we live, and it's difficult because, you know, I hate being late. Lizzie hates being late. She's never been late for work, and now she's been late 3 times because of the buses. So it's just annoying, isn't it?
We're going to work on that though. We're going to see what we can do to kind of alleviate that problem. Anyway, aren't we? Like we always do. But anyway, guys, that's a good update. So you'll see a lot more of the car, obviously, because that's Zoe's new car. But for now, that's it. That's it, isn't it? We done? Going to get the kids in bed?
Yeah.
It's about that time, isn't it? was Chinese night. There we go. Friday's Chinese night, so we're looking forward to that. So there we go, guys. Really hope you enjoyed today's vlog and last night's vlog. Weirdly enough, we've kind of mixed it up, haven't we? Please subscribe to our channel. Please hit the bell for notifications. Drop us a like. Don't forget to have I said subscribe? I've just totally lost what I was saying. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Don't forget our link tree in the video description below for all of our social media, our Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. And that just leaves us to say thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for supporting us. Take care and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.